Well, you can imagine 2 years without seeing my son, talking to my son, was very hard and was a big nightmare for me. The 2nd of June. I will go to Fiumicino Airport. Yeah, I will go to the Fiumicino Airport in Rome, and I'm going to pick him up with a therapist. He's going to come with me for the transition. No, there's going to be the custom police to watch the transition from Mrs. Acker, that is the therapist that is bringing back Leo, and the Italian therapist. She is the one that's going to take Leo and the passport. It's very difficult to describe because it's I think the worst experience that a parent can't live in his life, because when a son dies, there is nothing to do, you know. That's the life, you know. You can't go against that. But in this case, my son has been taken away from my life, you know, without any reason, and disappear, you know, from one day from another. I was living in the house where I lived with my son, with my wife, and I was living with his toys and his objects and all the memories. You can imagine what does that mean? It's a terrible experience. The house is empty. You are there by yourself, eating at the table where your son was there, you know, the day before. I think I did what every parent that loves their son, they should do. I don't understand the question. Made by who? Hostility by who? I respond that there wasn't any proof of domestic abuse. The only proof that comes out during the trial was emotional abuse. So, you know, how I can disprove that? You can say whatever you want, you know, I can disprove that. The only thing they can disprove was the sexual abuse of my son, the domestic violence, and the neglect. That's what I proved that never exist. Listen, if you have an argument with your wife in the house, and especially Laura was an alcoholic, so you can imagine, and she said that during the trial, she confirmed that she was abusing of alcohol. So you can imagine what means living with a woman that is an alcoholic. She was aggressive. She was the one that was aggressive, not me. I don't drink. And I was afraid for my son's life. And yeah, I'm ready to care about his need, you know, and I will, with all my patience, all my love, I will succeed on that too, you know, like I succeed on show where the truth was at the end of, you know, there was three court levels, so I showed that I was right. The truth was from my side. What Leo went through, you know, he was a very happy child before the abduction. What happened to Leo in these 2 years after the abduction? This is not an abuse. Do you know that the International Parental Child Abduction is being, from the group of the human rights, has been described as the worst abuse for a child? I don't take anyone. I just want the best for my son. I want that my son has a mother and a father in his life. Now that I have custody, we'll see what happens. You know, I have temporary custody. The court in Italy, they will decide for what the best for Leo's future. You know, she find the worst way to break a relationship, and that was her choice. And in life, when you make choice, you have to be ready to pay consequences. So she break the law, and she will pay consequences for what she did. It's not to me to decide what she is going to go through. Yes, I did. This is up to my lawyer. I can decide that. The Italian court will decide. It's not up to me. You have just to think about a father that one day after another doesn't see his son anymore, and he goes to another country to get his son back. He's ready to go in a trial and have a process and go to another court in another state and have a 9 days trial to show that everything was just false accusation, you know. So if you are guilty, you don't do that. You don't go to another country and you want a trial, you know, you want to show that you are not guilty. And you know, I think that people guilty, they run away, they don't do what they did. And as you can imagine, I went to Los Angeles, and the judge gave me permission to see my son after 10 days that I was there. And the first time I saw my son, he was rejected me and was saying, I don't want to give you my hand, I don't want your orange juice, I don't want your water. He was giving his hand to a supervisor monitor that was there. And this man that was at the visit never met Leo before, and Leo never met him. So he was going with him and not with his father. How do you think every parent will feel, you know, about that? There are the report from my visit with Leo, and they speak for themselves. I don't have to say anything. You have the document in your hand, so you know what I mean, right, Miguel? The therapist that was doing the
scrutiny.
The therapist that was doing the investigation about Leo's abuse, she said that during the trial, she said it can be alienation. Probably, I can say that it isn't. So that's what she said. And there was during the visit with the therapist, I tried to hug Leo, and Leo said, no, Daddy, go away. You pretend to be nice with me. Only when there are other people you pretend to be nice. And the therapist after that visit asked Leo, hey Leo, anyone suggest you to say that? And he said, yes, Grandma. Everything I'm saying is in document, is reported. That's it, you know. It's going to be the Italian court now that to decide if Lura is a parent that deserves to have a child in her life. It's not up to me. After what she did, you know, there are consequences in life, you know. You have to take your responsibility for what you do, I think.
Bro, add that Swift.
Oh, what's that?
Joe.